Welcome to episode 501, Zhang Xin, Queen of Modern Architecture from Beijing. This is an outline of episode 501. There are 3 reasons we study Zhang Xin. First, he has contributed more to modern architecture than anyone else in the past 25 years. Second, she worked her way from factory worker in Hong Kong to Goldman Sachs before founding her real estate empire. Third, she's the public face of China's billionaires, second only to Jack Ma. Let us meet Zhang Xin, her husband Pan, and architect Zaha Hadid.
非常感谢扎哈和他的团队，把这样一个前卫的、国际化的作品建到了古老中国这个土地上。
I think my husband loves Zaha's design even more than me. The most amazing feature of Beijing Soho is that this design is able to realize on a high-rise. I think most of us have seen high-rise buildings mainly go for the height, higher and higher and higher. But to have this imaginative design for high-rise is really the great result of Zaha Hadid and her team's imagination.
It's not just one building, one side with 3 different things, but actually there was a cohesion about the design. They are slightly different, but they read as one entity. And I think that's also very exciting.
She was born in Beijing, China in 1965. Her parents were professors who were sent to the countryside for re-education during the Cultural Revolution. In 1979, she immigrated to Hong Kong with her parents. She was 14 years old.
She was forced to slave away on assembly lines as a sweatshop girl.
On my table, there are like 5 different chips you need to put on the board. Boom, 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 boom. Then you put on the bell, and then the bell goes down to the next one, right? So we all become like a machine.
She worked 4 years in the factory, saved £3,000, and went to England to study, earning a master's degree in economics at Cambridge. After that, she worked for Goldman Sachs in Wall Street and was sent to China. In Beijing, she met Pan, who was already a very successful businessman, having made a fortune in Shenzhen, China.
That I was naively brought up with in the communist, socialist China, when everyone was encouraged and brought up to be idealist. And I guess I was just missing what I was brought up with.
That's when she met the man she would marry, Pan Shihi. He was part of a wave of young idealists committed to liberalizing China through business, in his case through a new industry, real estate.
And I remember he took me to see a construction site. It was evening, it was late at night. He took me, he said, "You have to come and see what I do." And I went, wow, I had never seen a hole that big on earth. And he told me, this is a place will be the Manhattan of Beijing. And I laughed. I thought, because he hasn't been to Manhattan. He has no idea what Manhattan means, right? A whole bunch of factories in the area, big hole on the ground. This is not going to be a Manhattan of Beijing. But this is where we are now. All this area used to be factory.
We stood at that spot in a sea of offices they built.
The Queen of Modern Architecture.
Building is being built. Even today, after 20 years doing it, I still get so excited just to go to the construction site and see the workers working and see the rawness of a building, being built. I tend to try not to do the things that people have done before. I'm the one who's safeguarding the standard, and I really should be the one who go for the best and should never be satisfied for anything that's not the best.
The mogul, Zhang Xin, is the 5th richest self-made billionaire woman in the world.
This is us. The one outside, that one is us.
She's pointing out her buildings. With her partner husband, she has built more of Beijing than almost any emperor in China's history. How many buildings have you and your husband built?
Oh,
you can't even count them,
yeah.
right? Wherever you look, you see the company logo, Soho, China, on one cutting-edge skyscraper after the next.
Zhang Xin has become the modern face of China. Only Jack Ma is better known abroad. And she speaks her mind.
Corruption is everywhere in China. It's really quite widespread. Pretty much whoever has a power is in the position to be corrupt.
The secret of her success.
Building in a new place. I also want to share part of my experience with younger people. I always felt that if I look back my life, what was the single most important factor that transformed my life? And that was education. I knew that I could get into good college. I did not know how am I going to pay. In my undergraduate college at Sussex and graduate studies at Cambridge, I was under financial aid. And so there was somebody else's generosity helped me along the way. We came with the idea of Soho Scholarship.
What have I learned today? Two things. First, she's the queen of modern architecture in Beijing and Shanghai. She was the first to invite world-renowned architects to design and build in China. Second, she is queen of decisions. She made up her mind to marry her husband Pan, a small developer then, in only 4 days after seeing a big construction hole in Beijing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Zhang Xin, 10 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.